Hello, welcome back to another trek through the dungeon. I was looking over comments and responding and stuff, and somebody asked if Roastito, I believe, thanks for the subscription, it's hi, asked if I could run a Tengu, and I was like, there should be lots of those, and I have other runs to do, and I have another excuse sitting in my back pocket, and then it's like, hey, I used to play Kenku all the time. In fact, back before I was really good at the game, Kenku were the first race that I actually had a really good start with and got to, swamp with, and I had a lot of fun with them, and I started thinking about it, and it's like, you know what? Let's try something. So I've decided I'm going to do something I haven't done in a very long time, which is a one-off of sorts, where I just start the game and keep going until I die, regardless how long it takes. Though it is kind of late here, so I guess if it hits 3 or 4 in the morning or something, then I might be like, yeah, fuck it, I'm stopping now, work and such. But yeah, let's run a Tengu. I haven't played them in version 0.11 either. Last I played, they were still called Kenku, though their stats have not significantly changed, nor had their playstyle. Let's see then. What should I call my creature that flies around like a bird, except it's a person? But I like thinking of him as a bird or a hawk or names are hard. Let's just load him up first. So the thing about Tengu is when you look at their aptitudes, it quickly becomes a few things quickly become clear. In terms of overall power, they have both the defense abilities, armor and dodging, positive. So that's great. Right off the bat, they're doing better than the Spriggans, who have a negative on 1, and the Deep Elf, who has a negative on 1. Well, I guess better is relative, because, ideally you want to specialize, so, whatever. They have decent aptitudes for all weapon types, so no matter what weapon you pick up, you'll have an okay time dealing some mediocre damage with it, which seems really good, but, at the end of the day, you're only going to pick one weapon and run with it, so not as relevant. But notice that Deep Elves have negative to all of those. So that is the side weapon that you're going to use to get through the early game. Before you have full-on damage. And then there's aptitudes, which is always the most important. Spellcasting is 0, which is, not good, but obviously not as bad as it gets. They're still casters. Conjuration is +3. And unlike Deep Elves, who kind of have poly-positive aptitudes to everything, the Tengu really tell you what you want to run. You want to run a conjurer with a side of air spells, and then a fire is preferable to ice. Conjurations of air and fire. That sounds like Fireball, Bolt of Fire, Firestorm to me more than anything else, with the side of Lightning Bolt and Poison Gas Clouds. How are they for poison? 0 as opposed to -1 and -3. So that's the thing about playing a Tengu, is they kind of are locked into what they're going to do. My usual post-endgame Lich style of Necromutation, they've got a -2 to the Transmutation, +1 to Necro, so, it's not good, but not bad. And Charm's -2, which means it's uphill to train, but obviously Charms is a required school, so, yeah. Other factors about Tengu are, that bear mentioning are that they... Wow, brain fart. Are that they get inborn flight at a certain level, and once they have that ability going for them, they basically get constant swiftness, but that's so far into the game that it's not worth thinking about when you think of initial strategy and character creation. Think of that as a perk that will come down the road to replace a level 2 swiftness and spell and level 4 flight spell in your repertoire. So I could initially run them as this guy as a conjurer. If I was playing new dungeons like version 0.12 or later, Conjurer would be an obvious choice. But now, Conjurer means basically Conjurations, Lightning Bolt, Mephitic Cloud, and Ice Storm. I don't want to train down Ice Storm particularly. That said, I'm pretty sure they start off with Conjure Flame as a Conjurer, and Mephitic Cloud is all you really need to survive, and Ice Storm trains out of ice and air, so even just 1 or 2 levels in air should be enough. In ice should be enough if I put lots of levels into air. And my problem with going Fire Elementalist is, especially with characters that don't have Spriggan Speed or any other inherent advantages for disengage and escape, all it takes is one enemy hitting you once at melee range and getting you low, and it's like, well, you're fucked now. You don't have Blink, you don't have a Disable, You don't have any reliable means of kiting or escaping anymore, so die. Also, my positives are not strong enough that I feel like I would be a deadly fire elementalist. Well, they kind of are. Air elementalist is an interesting option. The swiftness, repel missiles, and lightning bolt would be my bread and butter. That actually might work really well. And if I was willing to try something new, that's what I'd run with. Wizard, for me, is just a standard, and it will obviously work just fine. So at the end of the day, I can't make up my bloody mind between Wizard, Fire, Air, or Conjurer. All have pros and cons, and there are 4 of them. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and pull up accessories, calculator, my calculator, and make it a random choice. We're going to go with pi, take the first 2 digits, and then go modulo 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the background I'll run with. So where's pi? First 2 digits are 95. 95 divided by... Well, 95 is not divisible by 4. How much off is it? That would be 40, 80, 96. So 95 modulo 4 would be 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Alright, we get to try something I've never won the game with. An air elementalist. A Tengu air elementalist. So we are going to call him... Windybird. Because stupid names tend to do much better. Turn off everything except conjurations, because... And I guess trickle into spellcasting, because you really do want... not hungerlessness, but a couple extra spell levels early on. A little bit of a larger mana bank. You'll notice I have 3 mana points, which is just not enough. All I'm going to be getting for most of the early game is going to be utility spells. And I have this shitty level 1 damage spell, Shock. I call it shitty because it does very low damage unless you set up really good positioning, which is not always doable. Here's a good example of good positioning. If I shoot at the wall, it can bounce back and hit me, but it will hit him twice, so we'll try that. Okay, we got him. So just spitballing here, but resist electricity is going to be very valuable for this character. It will allow me to regularly shoot at enemies in such a manner that I end up getting hit. Oh, see, that was a double zap. It hit the zap mite, hit the mite, severely wounded, hit the mite, killed him because it bounced back again. Knowing how to set up double zaps like that is going to be critical. So this is a little bit of an unfortunate coincidence of timing, because ideally I should have just run 1 new variable so that I could explain my methods in Madness. Instead I'm running 2 new variables. I'm running a new starting background for my character, as well as a a race that while I have played it in the past, you haven't seen me play it much of. That said, it's a frigging spellcasting conjurer. There's really not it's not really reaching that far beyond my norm. That should be a double zap. It missed twice, hit him twice. And you definitely can't just use ZA or whatever your thing is, in my case the macro. You have to stop and set it up. Line up your shot. Make sure that it's hitting as often as you can make it proc. Let's go ahead and just put any goddamn weapon in my hand. Any weapon is better than none. I'm betting these are really noisy spells, too. Is there a way to quickly tell how noisy a spell is? Actually, Zap is almost silent. A Lightning Bolt is loud as hell, but Zap is almost silent, which is nice. Definitely want to carry around a few projectiles early on. At this stage of the game, I'm just as likely to be up against an enemy and have no mana. So it's important to have some response for when that happens. Okay, that's a takedown. Bats, I'll just shoot. I'm also being very careful with my advancement. Don't want to, hit anybody. Or not hit anybody. Take on more than one enemy at a time. All it takes is 1 dose of poison to die. 1 dose of poison after a bad hit that gave it to you to die this early on. Any chance of Mephitic Cloud? No. They give me the useless level 3 spell Flight. Although, I'm not going to have character Flight for quite a while, so it's only useless, in a theoretical sense. How is my spell casting? Shock is gone from 12% fail to 8%, which is quite satisfying. Get a double zap in while I still can. Set him up for further double zaps. Damn it. Okay, we got him. I'm definitely gonna want to run Vehumet with this character, just because mid-game is where my strength will begin to take off, and having conjuration support on a caster who is primarily a conjurator is going to be great. You'll notice that because I didn't start as a wizard, my strength is already at the minimum required 8. As a Tengu, getting strength up to 10 is actually, in my opinion, a little more important. At least if you're a pack rat like me who likes to carry full bags. The reason it is important is because the bonus to movement speed that comes with inborn flight only happens if you are at less than 80% encumbrance or some number like that. So you kind of want a couple extra strength points so that you can maintain that easily. Because permanent swiftness is totally worth it. You know, there's no question about that. Think of it like you're a bird with light bones, so carrying stuff is a big pain in the ass. That said, I'm not going to put points in strength this early on. Right now, I'm far more concerned about reliable spellcasting, staying alive, etc. Okay, I miscasted swiftness 3 times in a row. Let's drink the potion I have the most of. It was the wrong one. Drink the potion I have the second most of. It's resistance. That should include poison. That was degeneration. I'm probably going to die. There's like no way I'm not going to die from the poison. But if I can get upstairs, that's my best chance. And oh my god, the poison ran out. Let's get as far away from these dangerous creatures as possible. And heal. So yeah, my mistake there. I didn't notice that swiftness hadn't procced, and I was trying to outrun a creature that I obviously wasn't going to outrun. At this point, Charms, as much as I'd like to train it, is -2 to train. Air Magic is +3, and this is a Charms of Air, and all my spells are air right now, so we're going to go ahead and do a little switch here. Emphasize Air Magic, just to get... Swiftness being castable is what's going to make me survive. Swiftness not being castable is what's going to get me killed. Make sure Swiftness is up, and we're going to start kiting already. That was a fail. And Swiftness is out. I need to take a shot. How am I doing? It's a Potion of Magic? Yeah, go for it. Better to live than to die, right? Swiftness is active. Now, Zap should be able to hit multiple enemies at a time, so setting stuff up like this is going to be important. But this is the more unfortunate truth. I just don't have the sustained capacity to fight these guys yet. So rely on the swiftness to get me out of trouble, and then just go upstairs. We're going to turn off spellcasting. Swiftness is already significantly improved. Try a completely different door. How am I for... Okay, I can't wear any boots. That's the restriction, okay. And obviously I've got restrictions on something else. I think hats, are restricted. Yeah. This is a dangerous, dangerous move, stepping this far away from the edge, but I don't have much of this. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Unlike Deep Elves, who like always get intelligence boosts with their every 4 level bonus, you can get other stuff, including... Oh, you know what? I'm tempted to pull this guy upstairs with me, but no. It's better to be able to escape if the need be. Okay. Definitely paying a lot of attention to that swiftness. In fact, I'm almost trying to keep it up before every encounter. There we go. This could prove very useful. I now have the ability to poison at range. And is that a glowing ringmail? Ruined ringmail. I'm going to be using level 1 through 4 spells for a very long time, so there's a good chance ringmail won't be that big a deal. How to kill Ijib. For the moment, let's make sure he's not going to wand blast me to oblivion and use swiftness to gain some distance. Okay. He's not obviously going to wand blast me. I am trekking through the unknown. I need to loop around shortly, but till then, let's see if we can't get him poisoned. Nope. 3 misses in a row. Got him poisoned. Swiftness kiting is probably going to be my best bet. Okay, now we'll just zap him. Cool. That took a while, but it worked. Swiftness is actually down to reasonable failure levels, but, you know, not good yet. And given that it is something I am truly spamming, it is obviously something I want more power in so that I don't have to use as much mana. So, you know, me saying all that stuff I was saying earlier about how swiftness and flight are going to be inborn later on, so it's going to be a waste. You can just go ahead and forget that. I underestimated just, you know, thinking long-term is good, but thinking long-term and ignoring the fact that you aren't there yet gets you killed. So it's a good thing I'm not doing that. That pop up. Okay. Lower mana than max swiftness and start getting the hell out of here. And poke, 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 poke. Swiftness is up again. Poke. You'll notice that at no point in this entire run have I even mentioned Spell Hunger so far. Couple reasons for that. Firstly, low-level spells, Spell Hunger is pretty much always trivial no matter what. But more importantly than that, that is a bad thing to actually be thinking about when you're playing a character who has no restrictions on diet, no real concern, and isn't trying to cast spells that are several levels higher than them. Unlike Deep Elves who have +4 to spellcasting, this guy has +0. So while it's important, obviously, it should not be one of the first things you think of raising. Okay, this floor is actually cleared off. Grossly cleared off. I mean, it's not complete. If I had run across certain named uniques this early, I would have probably been pretty screwed. So it's a good thing I didn't. Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt, Lightning Bolt. It's a level 5 spell. It used to be level 4. Oh, damn. Well, it's not a bad spell. It's obviously a necessary one. What about Static Discharge? I don't know much about this one. Oh, right. Okay, so Static Discharge is a very low-range spell that tries to deal a shit ton of damage, sometimes succeeds, but it also hits you repeatedly. So basically it's unreliable enough that I never use it. I would rather go without a spell than have that one available to me. Well, let me rephrase that. That's the spell I use when I don't care if I live or die anymore because I'm dead no matter what. And if by a Hail Mary coincidence I live, so be it. What is this? Cold resistance? Yeah, okay. Cold resistance is not worth the hit to spellcasting I will doubtlessly take from it. If it had been poison resistance, I would have considered it. Swiftness. Zap you to death. That very nearly ended my run. I should have opened with the zaps instead of opening with the less damaging poison. Yes, take the chance at hitting myself. Alrighty here. I will periodically be double tapping my F2 key, which will stop the... Sorry, I should have been more clear. Periodically stopping the record and restarting it, so that if a desynchronization issue happens, it will be fixed by itself. Don't take that the wrong way. Hopefully the interruption won't even be noticeable in the end product. Okay, you know, being able to shoot multiple enemies on a line is actually a really nice perk. And Dragon Slaying. It's a pretty useless brand, but spears are really good melee weapons for untrained attack. Actually, tridents are among the best IMO. If you're not planning to train weapons, but you need a weapon to deal some extra damage on the side, a trident is great, especially for a caster. They get to keep that little one arm's reach length distance, which is always nice. Unlike halberds, they have fairly quick acting time person. You can get in multiple attacks, and it doesn't just make you sit there forever. And the accuracy bonus is pretty helpful, too, considering that you're attacking untrained. If you're going to train it, then obviously a trident is pretty low on the damage scale, and you want to use something that hits with a little bit more bang. One zap hits the worm twice. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it is entertaining to try to make this zapping thing work optimally. That does not mean it's good, merely that it's entertaining to do. Like, at the end of the day, I would rather use a level 1 spell that dealt more damage than a level 1 spell that had more utility. Oh my god, that nearly killed me. My own zap nearly ended me. Okay, we're gonna slow down and wait for the enemies to all be in a line so that I can do this. Yeah. Normally I would only be able to do this with my level 4 spell or higher, so definitely want to go intelligence again. We will train strength if necessary once I'm closer to the flight cutoff. Eat this. I'm also pretty sure, not 100% sure, but in some build at least, you could use your claws to rip up corpses. So even though I'm wielding a blowgun, I don't have to unwield and rewield, which is always a nice perk. Of course, the downside being that you don't get to wear shoes is kind of the opposite of a perk. It is, in fact, it makes the perk utterly useless. Okay, that's another floor. Zap you. Oh, fuck me. This is the most standard combination, and one that I'm very ill-equipped to deal with. We'll activate Swiftness and just get out of here. Just get out of here. Yep. 2 smites, and I nearly died. Not sure how to deal with that yet. I'm used to having Mephitic Cloud. In fact, if I had been running an ordinary Tengu... Or sorry, if I had been running my Tengu like, you know, just typical, I would be running it as a Conjurator or a Wizard, and that's what I would have. Alright, so that's Sigmund on one side, several orcs on the other, and it is Dungeon Floor 4, so this could be... Shit. I walked right into him. Okay, I have enough potions that probably one of them will help me. What was that? That was a spell? Okay. I could probably kill Sigmund, actually, based on those numbers, based on the amount of damage I did, but I refuse to engage him without, like, you know, some insurance. You know what would be great insurance is knowing which of these was my heal potion for sure. There, that's the one. I hate test quaffing when I'm so convinced before I even bother, but what can you do? Yes, we got the priest. Let's take pot shots at him. Okay, we know where he was, so we'll just shoot in that direction. We're gonna let him get one shot on us, and then we're gonna get out of here. Okay, he missed. Okay, he hit us. And now we get out of here. Oh, never mind, he died. That was admittedly a little bit on the risky side, but not super risky. Because we already experimented last time and saw that we were able to damage him, chunk him down pretty effectively. And I was standing on the staircase, so unless he happened to get a really lucky hit, he wasn't going to kill me in one turn. Granted, not what you want to teach somebody, what you want to show someone when you're teaching them how to play the game. But at no point did I say this was a teaching game. This is just me playing a friggin' Tengu, because I can. Okay, let's see if we can burn trees with a zap. Somehow I doubt it. No, you can't. Alright, let's learn Lightning Bolt. Mostly because I know I will eventually need something with a bit more oomph. And I know for a fact that you can burn trees with a Lightning Bolt. I mean, in Crawl, obviously in real life you totally can. I mean, that goes without saying. Pray to Vehumet, and I am now that worshipping the Conjurer God. Excellent. Conjurer / Summoner God. We're still playing the edition where he hasn't been like, fuck yo summons, fool! Of course, every edition of Crawl between now and between 0.11 and 13 has taken great joy in dumping on summoners as much as possible. It's like they want to turn it from a good good build to the worst or hardest build to pull off. Which is fine. I mean, it's their prerogative. It's also my prerogative to say, fuck that, I ain't playing. God, what I wouldn't give for Conjure Flame right now. Something to stall him in place so I don't have to... I guess that's the big difference, I would say, by feel to this opener versus the Wizard. The Wizard controls space. The, you know, I put fire here and Mephitic there to make the fight go the way I need it to. This guy doesn't control space. He controls himself, and that's how he repositions. I can retreat from any fight. I will set up the area. I need the enemies to be set up by the way I walk and talk to get them in a line. Positioning is important in both cases, but the Wizard creates good positioning, and the Elementalist, well, this Elementalist takes advantage of it. We're going to take the low risk of him hitting me once, yep, before going upstairs, where my swiftness will be able to outkite him forever, and my better knowledge of the layout will let me avoid other unwanted encounters. It was very unlikely that he was going to kill me going up the stairs. It's possible if he rolled really well on his damage roll, I think, but... shit. Throw up a freezing cloud, please. I need to get this off, but this is obviously going to be a very helpful rod. Use on which item? If it's a recharging, I want to use it on the rod. If it's an identify, I want to use it on the potions, and if it's enchant armor, I don't really care because I'm not getting a plus on either of these. I'm going to assume it's an identify because I'm just not that lucky, and try it on the potions. It was, and now I know my heal potion. This could be a recharge. Let's try it on the rod. It was not. Okay, and that was not a remove curse. But this is, and that's a tele scroll. And that's one more scroll identified. And let's get another teleport scroll. Okay, let's see if I can do this without the magic mapping then. Perfect. Because as much as I would like a magic mapping ID'd, I don't mind not having it ID'd yet. But having this rod cursed on my hand is going to be pain in the neck territory. Actually, though, it's a really, really good find for me. It gives me that area zone that I so desperately needed. And just taking a look at what options I have. Throw Frost, throw Icicle, throw Freezing Cloud. These are all reasonably powerful spells. But I'm basically just going to be using the rod for its occasional, for the occasional Freezing Cloud when I need it. Is that Grinder? Well, you know what I was saying about the occasional Freezing Cloud? He's very resistant to cold, but he's not immune to it, so... yeah. Oh shit, I'm nearly starving. Step away from the door, eat a bread ration. Now we are going to go ahead. Freezing Cloud right there. That will, of course, wake up Grinder. Lightning Bolt repeatedly. What? Oh, shit. That cost too much mana. Okay. That's all my mana. Time to run. He is there. I am here. That's a kill. Conjurations of Air are doing well. We're going to disable Air for the moment and just focus on Conjurations, because 9 is a lot to be invested in Air right now. And we're going to trickle into fighting just to increase my survivability, because I made it past the earliest game. I have a viable method of attack. So now it's time to survive. Put on Swiftness. Continue tearing through my enemies. Good. Rod of Destruction I will hang on to. I'm not saying that it's necessary that I use it all the time or whatever, but... and yeah, and if I had picked this up after I found my own level 6 spells, I'd be like, yeah, I'd rather avoid the spell hunger being unmitigated from evocations, yada yada. But as it stands, it's a powerful zone on a character who is in desperate need of the same. Oh, those are probably really good boots. Like boots of running or something awesome. You know, something to say, haha, you're a flyer, you can't use them. There's the Sifmuna. There's Menkare. What can I do against Menkare? Just activate Swiftness and be ready to run away if she manages to land some Agni. That's all. You feel lassitude? What the hell is lassitude? Got her. And she recursed my uncursed item. God damn it. Well, if I'm right about my talons being able to cut up meat, it's not that big a deal to lose my free hand. Because the only other thing I'm packing is that orcish blowgun, so I should be okay. We'll find out. Alright. Am I running with anything I don't need? Oh my god, I picked up a new book and didn't know. And it's the Book of the Sky, so even more air. Fucking hell. Although the good news is, Insulation will give me temporary resist elect if I do decide to use those suicidal elect spells. And Airstrike is a fantastic spell. So, yeah, I guess it's not a bad deal. Trickle into spellcasting for a little while so that we can get an extra spell level for it. I wonder how far this... Oh, sweet. The range is at least as good as my vision. It's a little bit better than Magic Dart. IMO. Or IARC, I should say. I'm not certain. Oh, because when it bounces, you start losing the extra range. I think this is a nice thing. I can, like, aim at enemies that are incoming along with the enemies that are already here. Oh, for the love of God, just die. But yeah, I'm no longer vulnerable to that instant kill because of one poison attack issue anymore. I have enough heal and heal wounds, or curing and heal wounds potions identified that I'll be okay. Let's test drink a few other potions. I mean, I recognize that this is a stupid risk because you're just as likely as not going to end up drinking, well, sickness, slow, and poison, for example. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay then, I guess they weren't kidding. We're gonna have to use heal wounds to heal out of this poison. I say heal wounds and not curing because I only have one curing potion, so I'm saving it. Okay, shafted from 6 to 9. Definitely a situation to be very scared and use whatever means I need to survive. Again, you can't just keep tapping your macros key like I just did. You have to stop and make sure you're getting optimal. Shit. Where are you? Good news is, wherever he is, he's gonna get hit. Let's take a shot with lightning bolt, and hopefully that will end him. Are you serious? He's still alive? Okay, got him. Bread ration is fine. Hang out here until I'm a little bit stronger, and then we'll make for the staircase. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Okay, we've got a couple staircases and an oak altar. ID scroll, that's nice. Use that swiftness to get away from the ant and then punish it a little bit. Okay. We need to find out where the way up is. Oh. Okay, that's a lot of you. Swiftness is active, right? Shit. Lightning bolt. What is this you feel sluggish from? Oh, right, because my swiftness is disabled, or went down. God, that's a lot of curing potions. Keep that swiftness on. Poke him and then back up. Make sure that swiftness stays on. It's good that most enemies don't have elemental resistance to electricity, especially early on in the game. So, you can probably get a lot more mileage out of an elect start like this than I would with a fire or, hell, any other non-magic dart start. What the fuck? Going back downstairs because, shit. That could kill me. Teleport is going to be my best bet because it's going to take at least 3 turns to get out of here. Heal wounds, and that teleport actually didn't screw me over, believe it or not. Let's just go upstairs again. And we are back where we left off. We survived the shafting. Excellent. Moving on. You'll notice I didn't say it out loud, but I did end up having to use another heal wounds. And I did so happily because, again, shafting is an opportunity to use every trick you have in the book to survive. Okay, you know what? Let's throw Frost repeatedly, or Icicle, or something. You know what? Swiftness, just get me out of here. I have no mana, half health, and no desire to die to a phantom. Swiftness is active. Alright, I actually am getting spell hunger off of all my spells, so I am, just for my quality of life, because if you've noticed, I've been constantly hungry, going to continue to trickle points into spellcasting for a little while longer. Okay, enemies are showing up. Let us back away and make sure that we are getting some optimal poke. Orc Wizard is dead. Swiftness is cast. Find me that door. Thank God I don't have any food restrictions, I guess. We're gonna just use the rod to kill him, so give me some space. And freeze cloud. Damn it, I really needed you to leave me a corpse. Ditch fighting. Damn it. Alright, well, I'm down to my last ration. Probably a good excuse to actually pay attention to this hunger problem then. Something smites you. Gee, I wonder what it could be. Trying to get out of smite range with speed. And I pulled it off, barely. You know, I can only afford so many more retreats now that I'm actually beginning to starve. Auto pickup is off, seriously? Shit! That thing hits so hard. That's the thing. He's just as likely to stay in your LOS, not attempt to smite you, or at least not succeed in smiting you several turns in a row. But he hits you just once, and suddenly you have to seriously think, am I 2 steps away from being out of line of sight? Because if I'm not, he could just do it 2 more times and kill me. Or, you know, 1 more times and kill me. I don't know. I'm just throwing out numbers. Yay, more food. More security. Intelligence boost, please. And that should have helped with hunger. Yep. Hungerlessness on my level 1s, but because of how much I'm spamming it, I will need hungerlessness on level 2 as well. How am I doing for healing? 6 curing, several heal wounds. So far, so good. What are you vulnerable to? So just elect then. Excellent. I can provide some electricity to kill you with. I'm gonna pop some jazz. Only got $20 in my pocket. Susceptible to cold, but that's about it, right? That's all you got going for you? How about you stand next to a wall for me? Ah, shit. Okay, level 9. I do now have inborn flight ability, so next scroll of amnesia I get, or I should say first scroll of amnesia I get, I'm going to go ahead and unmemorize flight to free up some spell levels. Oh, I never memorized it. Excellent. Airstrike, I believe, was the one I was holding out on. It is at the level 4 point. It deals immense damage to airborne creatures and reasonable untyped damage to non-airborne creatures within smite range. Ultimately, I would rather have I am Issekundrun's Mystic Blast, but, you know, you take what you get, and that's all you can do. And at this point, I've been gifted a wind book to follow my wind book. As it were. Not gifted, given. And I am, in fact, playing the god that will gift me better weapons eventually. Shit! Okay, this is a bad situation that has just become very risky. I'm within LOS of the priest, which is always a bad place to be. And behind it is the sorcerer in case I manage to kill it. So we're going to try and get them all on a line here. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, that's just you, and then you're... And the reason I can afford to take, not risks exactly, but the reason I can be like, I'm going to stand and fight this is because I have 3 heal wounds and 6 healing potions. So if it goes south, I have more than just, oh well, get good game to back to... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to back away, and then I'm going to Freezing Cloud on that square to instantly kill the centaur, because I don't want to be at melee range with the centaur and trading blows. That would suck. Oh, damn it. I forgot about this. I should have saved the Freezing Cloud for these guys. Oh well. Here's the new plan. Zap them all. Just repeatedly zap them all on this nice thin hallway I've got going here. And made sure that swiftness... I made sure that swiftness was up so that I could get away, but I did not anticipate this move. Him just being like, nope, I'm going to cock block you, herp derp derp. Okay, Phantom is dead. There's still plenty more enemies that are waiting around the corner, but now that I've thinned out the mass, they may not actually be worth the Freezing Cloud. We'll see. We'll see what I'm facing when I get there. Swiftness? Nah, not worth the Freezing Cloud. Let's just back away. Yeah, this is why I backed away even before attacking, because I just had this premonition they were going to do something that would make me wish I had some distance. And there's never any harm in making them come to you. What's this? That's in blue. It's a glowing halberd. Interesting. Alright, next. Nom 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 nom. Swiftness is active. Poke you down. Ooh, it's a new book. Oh, it's 2 new books. Swiftness and go grab the book. We'll worry about the ice beast in a second. And then we start pegging you with everything I've got. No, maybe. Die already. Why won't you die? Oh, sweet. He actually went into a corner where I could triple zap him easily. Alright, close that. Let's take a look at all my new books. Well, that's the book that Vehumet is going to gift me very soon. Or actually not that soon. And that's the Grand Grimoire. Okay, this is turning out to be pretty nice. We'll drop the Grand Grimoire for now. I don't intend to go the Summoner's route. The Conjurations route, however, I do plan to go. Conjurations of Poison and Air means that I will need some poison to make good on it. Issekundrun's Mystic Blast is a no-brainer. I almost wish I could get rid of Airstrike now in favor of that. We'll drop this Cursed Spear that I don't intend to ever use again. Okay, that was an un-ID'd scroll. Now we've ID'd it, painfully. Pop a strawberry. So, spellcasting and conjurations are still both good things. Until level 2 at least is Hungerless, there's no point in not getting conjurations higher. And we'll start trickling into poison eventually. What is poison? 0? Yeah. I don't have any poison spells now, do I? Okay, so it's a good thing they let you pre-train. Not sure when they let you start doing that, but it's obviously something I'm very happy about. Okay, that's the Ecumenical Temple. So it's a good thing that we learned Lightning Bolt early so that we were able to get like 2 extra pips worth of Vehement Piety out of that. Nail you, nail you. Why don't you all just come out here where I know you'll end up? They can all poison me, so ideally I should be scared of both of them, but practically speaking, level 1 zap is working fantastically well. You, on the other hand, actually scare me. So Freezing Cloud, instant kill. And I have plenty of Coca Flesh to fall back on. What now? Let us see how I perform with IMB against this guy. Okay, and Airstrike. Excellent. So, I guess I don't have to be as scared of centaurs as I have been thus far. This, on the other hand, where you see 2Bs and you know there are more, is an excellent time to drop a zone. Just to, you know, preemptively screw them all over. Let's get into a nice corridor. When the bees are coming single file, they'll be that much easier to kill. I might end up having to use my thingy-mabob. My heals. Yep, I definitely will have to use my heals. Let's cure because I'm poisoned. Okay, now let's heal wounds because I'm not poisoned. Since it's only one of them, we're going to use Isekundurun's Mystic Blast. That somehow I have failed to kill him repeatedly, but okay, he died. Eating food, backing away. Full health. That's where I like to be. Ooh, is that a staff or a rod? It's a staff. Interesting. Kill the imp. And let's try out this thingy. It's cold, and I intend to go fire, so it's not a very useful staff to me, but it's a staff nonetheless. Staves are staves, and staves are staves. And I'm pretty sure the plural of staff is staves, not staffs. Or perhaps it is staffs. I don't know. Let's call a suicide hotline and ask them. Oh right, these are the realms I was shafted into. Make sure speed is activated, because any moment now I'm going to be running away from these guys. But until then, let's take advantage of this glorious line they're marching in. Okay. I didn't even need to use the swiftness after all. Heal up. Charms is at 0. I should really turn it into a positive number just for the sake of thingamabob. I really should get my get it to a positive number just so that my there's a multiplication involved in, I believe, in determining what the end spell power is based on the multiple schools involved. So it pays off to like put a few points into it. Oh, you know what? Just eat a strawberry now so that you can cast spells when the gardener comes to protect his shit. And until then, just loot the garden. Maybe I should go ahead and eat something else. I mean, I do have 46 fucking strawberries now. Christ. Pig, kobold, skeleton. Let's fire at him through this bush that I want killed. You're the owner of this goddamn garden, aren't you? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and drop a freezing cloud right here. And that did not kill him. Isekundurun's Mystic Blast until he's out. And go ahead and eat a little. Got his Wand of Frost. Increased my current stock of heals by a lot. Let's go eat some banana. I hate that I'm just not chomping on permafood now. There we go, there's some non-permafood. But at the same time, the sheer quantity of permafood I've just picked up, I'm probably never going to want for the stuff again. We're going to definitely be careful here because this is a potentially lethal situation. Definitely one that calls for dropping a zone. We'll blast in the meantime while my mana recovers. I'd much rather be hit by the dog than by what's behind it, so we'll airstrike to selectively target... What? Apparently they allow you to target the wall, and that fizzles the spell. There we go. Put on the cap. Finish gathering up this shit. And electrocute the slime. So thus far, gotta say, it's been a pretty successful run all around. Definitely want to get behind cover. Because for some retarded reason, I never got around to memorizing repel missiles. Should have been one of the first things I memorized. It's instead apparently going to be one of the last from the starting book. But let's go ahead and set that right away. Actually, it shouldn't be on I. It should be on something I'll actually use. Let's make it my X spell until I have a better one. I like keeping self-buffs on ZZ, ZX, and ZC for no good reason. So, like, when I'm running my... whenever I have Necro mutation, I inevitably will keep it at ZX. And Swiftness is always ZZ because it gets hit so damn often. Yeah, Repel Missiles is weird. It used to be on my E, but then E started having other functions for me. Okay, Hungerless level 2, which is good. We no longer need to be as concerned about spellcasting, so let's get Conjurations up. And where is Poison Arrow in terms of, or Poison Cloud in terms of castability? It is not good. Okay, we should know what this is. This is probably the Scroll of Recharging. It is, and I'd rather use it on my rod than on anything else. Not that I want to use it on the rod, it's just I don't want my Wand of Frost recharged at all. And I guess it's kind of silly because spending it on my rod means that it will refill its mana capacity a little bit faster, and that could prove helpful. I need to stop using level 1 spells now that I have level 4 spells available. What is my Airstrike? B. And my Lightning Bolt is F. That should finish you guys. I mean, they're not hungerless, but again, I resolve not to care about hunger half as much this game since I'm not playing a Spriggan or something. Airstrike, Airstrike, Shock, Kill. And high-powered air magic is definitely part of the reason my Airstrike is so effective. The thing about this place is it looks like there really should be a lair here. I mean, it's all green and lush, and if you look at the mini-map, it's got this, like, nice setup to it, but... And also just the way it's set up, I feel like there should be something down here, but... 1, 2, 3 staircases up. Not gonna find it the easy way. Ooh, kill you. Well, whatever. That's neither here nor there. Conjurations are being trained. Charms are being trained. Air magic is being trained. We don't have the spell levels to pick up the poison cloud that I want. So spellcasting needs to be trained for the spell levels. And, yeah, that's it. Let's keep going. Next level. Next floor. Alright. Here's the places I got shafted to that damn near killed me. Yeah, it's funny to me, because it just a couple minutes ago I was like bemoaning, oh my god, I have no permafood. And now it's like, well, I have so much permafood, I'm probably going to end up dumping half of it once I start needing hitting my weight limits. So it's a good, so all those times I was quote-unquote splurging my permafood, it's a good thing I was doing that, it was beneficial. Keep that swiftness up. Oh! Airstrike works really well against flying creatures. It deals something like triple damage. So this griffin has incredible resilience, all things considered. Maybe it doesn't work nearly as well against flying creatures as I thought. Maybe that's just bullshit. I thought it dealt triple damage, but... Well, if that's triple damage, it's a damn good thing I don't use it against ground targets more often, or... That'd be a waste of my mana. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and set you up for some lightning bolts with the double zaps. Because I am currently carrying so much food, both permanent and non-permanent. Let's kill these things before they become dangerous. Okay, fungal colonies expunged. Oh, how do I take you out? What's my modus operandi? Let's start off with swiftness, and then we'll IMB you a couple times. And that should do it. Okay, good. What do you got here? A ruined orcish scimitar, eh? Whoa, it did not say pick everything up. I'm curious what kind of weapon this is. Oh, anti-magic, forget it. Anti-magic is just bad for me. After all, I am a mage. Cut you up, eat you up. Next. Excellent. Oh, shit. That's a lot of them. This is a great time to drop a zone. Priority targets are going to be the ones in nearby or far away. Let's go with nearby. And is this going to include my square? I can't see, but it does not look like it will. No, it did not. Excellent. Next, we are going to attempt to airstrike the air beast a couple times, and it did in fact hit, which is great. Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Ah, shit, there's more of you guys. Issacun's Endurance Mystic Blast. It'll either 86 one of them, or it'll hurt all of them. Okay, there we go. I think that was the majority of them, if not all. Okay, giant frog flesh makes for good eating. And that was reasonable eating. Okay, we're through. That looks like a fort of some kind, so we'll approach that later. Poke, poke, poke. Come after me, bro. Die. Poke, 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 poke. Okay, that actually cost me some dexterity, but not worth getting in a twist over. Poison gas. I am poisoned, but very mildly. Ooh, artifact. Artifacts almost always need to be ID'd in the end. This is actually a legitimately good artifact. 1 level of resistible cold and pierce power. 6/5 means it's decent, so this is a good mid-game weapon. Or, let me rephrase, it is a good offhand weapon, considering that I'm primarily a caster. Am I ready to open the door? Yeah, why not? Let's open it. Shit. First things first. Oh, I can't drop a zone because I'm not wielding the correct item. Let's switch items and drop myself that zone. No. No! Build HC. Right on the wizards. Then we use swiftness to get the hell out. This is where... Oh, sweet! The recharge increased the total spell capacity so I can double drop zones. That was fantastic. And the imp actually dealt more damage than that orc army. Okay, that's not true. The first smite was pretty... The first round of smites was pretty brutal. Yeah, you and your 19 darts of frost, I'm not letting those... I'm going to throw those into the ocean, actually. Fling K here. Right, it's not going to drop the whole stack. Fine, I'll carry them around with me until I decide I'm bored. It just... I don't want my potions getting cracked because of that, is all. Anything I need to memorize early because that will be helpful? No? Okay. What is RU? Oh, sweet. That's the amnesia I've been waiting on. Let's get rid of... What don't I need? I don't need airstrike and IMB. One or the other should be okay for most situations, so we'll get rid of airstrike. And that should free up enough room to memorize... Cloud. And Cloud will instantly require me to get better poison. So, that works out. And the reason I'm actually going poison instead of, just focusing the air magic is, firstly, air magic is level 13, so, And secondly, poison also will give me poison arrow, which is a great higher damage spell. Pardon me, thirsty. Okay. Chomp, 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 chomp. Let's get out of here. Zap you a couple times. Zap you a couple times. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a scroll that you left behind. Immolation. Oh, no wonder you left it behind then. Don't need any of that. That was not the right spell. That was in fact the opposite of the right spell. Wrong hotkey. Damn it. Poison cloud should go on letter I. So now I can drop two kinds of zones. I can drop a icy zone or a poison zone. Either way, significant spell hungering is incurred. And I can't resist either of those. Actually, I do resist cold if I swapped my spear. Interesting. Of course, I shouldn't ever be in a situation where I'm being stupid and self-casting dangerous zones, you know what I mean? Okay, we're definitely going to want to go in Sekundrun's Blast on that one. Use that swiftness to get out of range, long enough to eat a banana, which should enable me to finish this one with some more Sekundrun's Mystic Blasts. Definitely want that spellcasting to continue to slow train. Oh my god, where did you all come from? Okay, swiftness and get the fudge out. Where is the staircase? It's behind me. Look, Mr. Snake, now is not a good time. The orc suddenly cheers. What? Okay. Let's just get out of here. Eat a rambutan just to take the edge off the hunger and get back into it. I will evoke that in a second. Why don't you all come and line up for me first? Do I have repel missiles? If not, that's a good idea to turn that on. And then we'll drop a zone of poison for the incoming Cyclops. Repel missiles is already paid for itself. And Poison Cloud just became massively more castable. Trickle conjurations. Given how many enemies there are... Oh, I'm starving. When did that happen? Strawberry. And drop the ice zone. And that's going to, of course, mandate a edible sacrifice. Lightning bolt. Another freezing cloud. Eat a banana. I mean, I should just run away, but I'm very tempted to deal a little bit more damage when they're all so neatly lined up. When are you ever going to get this kind of high-yield multi-shot, you know what I mean? There we go, that's 3 of them. Okay, that's a good enough reason to get out, though. Clearly they have the sheer weight of numbers to stop me. Okay. For the first time in a long time, I'm not actually hungry. You know what? Come upstairs with me, you asshole. I'm gonna kick your ass right now. Okay. Re-enable swiftness. IMB a couple times and take you down. Oh, I'm sorry. It appears you can no longer see straight because your eyes are in different places. Ah, shit. Definitely one of... Yeah, there we go. This is nerve-wracking. Repel missiles. I'm not sure what was supposed to be in here, but... Ah! Come downstairs with me. And hit the panic button. Are they spawning in here or something? Because I swear to God, it looks like they're appearing from nowhere. Like upstairs they got shafted or something. Okay, fully healed up. Or, my mana's all the way back up, at least. Rip through you all with an electric bolt. Okay, that's good. Swiftness, man. Swiftness is key. Swiftness is the only good reason to be playing this class right now. Or yeah, this starting background, I should say. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Repel missiles is a must, because this asshole, if I recall correctly, uses... Apparently he just has Bolt of Cold too now. We're gonna go ahead and heal immediately. And if he's just using that, we should probably switch over to my Resist Cold staff. Okay, once you're in range, I am going to Poison Cloud the corridor. And that should be enough to take you down. No? Okay then, well. We got more where that came from, jerk. Eat the snake that I took with me. I feel like I'm picking at the fringes this entire game. I feel like I've been on the back foot, just making do with lesser tools, which is not a fair assessment. I have some really powerful tools the game's given me. That Rod of Ice is an unnecessary boon. Let me rephrase. The game didn't have to be so nice to me and give me a Rod of Ice, but they did, and I've milked it for all it's worth ever since. But then they've punished me repeatedly, too. I mean, that shaft down to level 9 could have been my death. Twice or 3 times I've opened the door on 7 enemies at once, and it's like, what the hell? Definitely want to go Zone of Poison here. Okay. IMB a couple times to soften you up. Swiftness to gain my distance. IMB for the kill. How are we doing for Spell Hunger? IMB is actually becoming manageable. That's good. Poisonous Cloud is not yet spam castable. Reduced cost, aiding, and extending range. Pretty sure he does one more thing in the end, but I don't remember what. Miscast protection. No, that's what aid. He does aid for that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I was hoping I wouldn't get caught in the edge. Oh well. It's not a big deal. That's why I took the risk. Swiftness is on. You just come at me, bro. I'm just gonna take you down with old-fashioned bolts. And, oh, yak flesh. Finally hit the limit of my carrying capacity. If only I had hit the limit of my carrying capacity. Oh, that's a terrible pun. I'm so sorry you all had to hear that. Okay, there's something that I can't see attacking me. Oh, shit. That was not the correct move, but okay. At melee range, Issekundur's Mystic Blast should have a chance to explode, and it did. God, it's so tempting to just... I keep thinking I need to drop Conjure Flame in front of me for the zombies, but I don't have Conjure Flame, so I don't have that luxury. Swiftness is active. Blow him up. Alright, we're gonna disable Poison Magic at the moment and revert to... Actually, I have no defensive skills, so it's time to fix that. Let's enable dodging and just get that up to snuff for a little while. Actually, no, armor. I want to be able to wear any form of leather armor. Ideally, I want troll leather, because that's, you know, my typical mid-game armor for all the reasons you guys have heard me give in videos before. Decent base AC of like 4, wearable by a wide variety of races, including others that don't generally get the leather contingency. And of course, trollish regeneration when you have medium to low HP is just so helpful. It means that if you manage to blink away or get away from the crux of a fight, you'll have full health pretty soon, as opposed to having to go a floor up or something. And it only takes a level 9 in armor skill to all but completely negate, or actually completely negate, I don't know, one or the other, the spell casting penalty. So, it's very doable. It's very much wearable. Not to mention that level 9 spellcasting does wonderful things for your spellcasting, or your armor ability. Level 9 armor does wonderful things for your armor score as well. Okay, we sunk a lot of IMBs into that troll, and he's not going to regenerate. And that's definitely the attitude I'm taking right now of poke as much as I like. And I'm going to blow one more scroll of recharging on this destruction device. No, it's already hit 12, and 12 is the magic number, because that means I can get 2 zones off instead of just 1. Since I don't need to spend this right now, I'm going to drop it. Also, I'm going to inscribe this scroll that it is enchant armor, because that's almost certainly what it is. And then I'm going to drop it. Come back for it later when I'm ready to enchant some armor. Shit, I became hungry. Let's eat up my Rambutan stock and just keep going. I mean, the reason I got hungry now is that I've been fighting such a slew of these undead that for some reason we're all guarding the Orcish mines. And none of them leave corpses, but I'm still forced to use higher level spells against them. Okay, still no lair, so let's go one deeper. Ooh! Could this be that troll leather armor I was talking about? Nope. Nope, it can't. It is in fact just an exploded dead troll. Alright, that's a clear. I'm completely out of food, so back off, have a choco. Oh, I'm an idiot. Of course this guy's going to be resistant to electricity. An orc? Where? Yes! What am I being hit by that it has so much offensive potential? I just assumed it was a rat or something. I didn't realize I was being attacked by a basilisk skeleton. Of course, if I had realized it, I would probably have done the same thing and, like, attack, attack, attack. Oh, and now I'm about to die. Anyway, that moment of carelessness just cost me yet another heal wounds. Although, in total fairness, I could have died if I had been just a little bit more... If I had been careless for precisely one more turn, I would almost certainly be dead. That should kill him. I don't think he's got the health pool to live through that. Oh, sweet. He left a corpse for me to finish chomping on. Did I kill that zombie in 2 zaps? Not bad, Ahmed. Not bad at all. Zap you. And you I am going to use IMB on. More food. We're just gonna IMB this one. Okay, since there's 2 of them, we're gonna drop a zone. The zone unfortunately only included 1, so we're gonna have to drop another shortly. Okay, that's a kill. Okay, maybe the zone did get them both. Either way, you can clearly see the strategy at play here. I am using zones to take out electric eels because they are immune to, or resistant to, and might as well be immune as a result, to my zapping spells. And being within the short range required for IMB for more than 1 or 2 turns is a bit much. Eat another banana. We're still getting a dearth of corpses. Adult corpses. What? Something's here? Okay, whatever it is, it's kicking my ass. I'm not gonna live through this at the rate I'm going. I can hardly afford to heal again. But I don't have a choice. Let us hit the telly button. Nope! Should have healed again. I died, and what was it, though? It was an unseen horror. Yeah, damn it. I could have survived that, theoretically, if I had realized it was happening sooner, but I didn't. Interestingly enough, that seems to be a not uncommon way for my casters to go. But hey, for a first time ever Air Elementalist, I think that went pretty well. And I did stay pretty true to the Air Elementalist code. I mean, it wasn't like I was playing with non-air spells. for most of the time. And that's the way Tengus like this are run. You'll notice I've got Oribomb over here. I've won the game of sending Tengu Conjurers that basically Firestorm a lot or Ice Storm a lot. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the vid. I had a lot of fun making it. Gotta get to bed, and I will see you all next time. Yep, take care. Later.